So, Mr. Harper, let's just cut straight to the chase here. Did you or have you ever leaked information to the news of the world for financial gain or accepted hospitality from News International for leaked stories, etc.?
No, absolutely not. Never. After I retired, I did take a drink from a Sunday Times journalist who I became quite friendly with, who did a couple of articles on the Hotel Le Garand store. I met him in London, and I bought him a drink and he bought me a drink. But that was David James Smith from the Sunday Times. But from the News of the World, absolutely not. My dealings with the News of the World started on the morning that the first fragment was found at Hotel Le Garand, when we found out, just after we had discovered the fragment, that a News of the World photographer was hiding in the bushes. At the same time, I was getting phone calls from their chief crime reporter, and I spoke to the chief crime reporter, and indeed it was that chief crime reporter who I later met in London and purchased dinner for. I met her actually first at a hotel I was staying at, and the meeting with myself and a couple of other officers went on for a fairly long time, and it then continued, and we took her along. We were taking some Met officers out for dinner, and we took her along with us to finish the interview. Now the allegation, if I can put it that Pershard and Shenton and Power, the allegation that they are making, I mean, they're not actually coming out and saying it. They're inferring it, and they're inferring it with absolutely no evidence. So, you know, I would say to them, if they're basing this on anything, and I know they're not, then let them produce evidence. They won't do that. However, if they've got the courage of their convictions, then let them come out and say what it is that they're actually meaning. Let them come out with the states and say that they're accusing myself or other officers who work with me of taking either hospitality or money for supplying information to the News of the World. It's an outrageous and downright lie, and it never happened. Sir Hugh Ord, in his statement the other day that lots of people seem to find a lot of common ground with, when he said that bent police officers who sell information for money should be put in jail and the key thrown away. I totally agree with that, and in fact, the ironic thing is, when I tried to do that with the small number in Jersey, Shenton, Power and Pershard were amongst those who criticised me bitterly for it. But in that same speech, Sir Hugh Ord also said that he, on a huge number of occasions, including his time in Northern Ireland, had dinner or lunches with senior members of the press, and he said it's a necessary part of a senior police officer's professional duty to have a relationship. There's nothing improper with it at all, so long as the relationship itself is not improper. None of my relationships with the media of any type were ever improper. I mean, the Jersey Evening Post I obviously didn't see anything improper in it either, because I received a number of invitations from them to go and have hospitality with them. For instance, the Battle of Britain, every September I received a number of invitations to go and watch the celebrations from a strategic point that they had. And apparently it was a very good afternoon, but unfortunately I was always going with my family and friends from the UK to watch that particular celebration, so I never ever took them up. But there would have been nothing wrong if I hadn't. I know senior police officers have been there and done it. Nothing wrong, providing the relationship itself is improper. And for these three idiots to try and infer in a particularly cowardly, snidey, sneaky fashion that either myself or other officers working with me took hospitality from the News of the World for giving them improper information, as I say, is a cowardly, underhand and dishonest way to try and make an allegation. They haven't got the courage of their own convictions. If they've got any convictions, they haven't got the courage of them to stand up and say what they really mean.